Thanks to Tineco for sponsoring this video. Welcome back to Digital Trends 2026 CES coverage, and today we're here at Tineco's booth, and we're going to talk about a few different vacuums here. And one might ask themselves why you need to be aware of or know about, or why someone offers this many kinds of vacuums. But what's brilliant about it is we all have different needs, we all have different wants, we all have different budgets, different sizes, different areas to clean in our homes. And what we have and what we're going to see throughout this booth kind of addresses all of that. We're going to start with the Floor 1 S9 Scientist. These blue lights you see in the front, these tell us how clean the area is, and as it turns red, if there were something on the floor, it would light up a little bit more red and say this is a big mess. You've got an auto mode, a max mode that gets the suction going even stronger. You've got a suction mode, and what this does is it takes the water out of the process. So if you want to just run this on the carpet and not have water get put down, that's what suction mode is for. Then you can switch it over to quiet mode if anyone's sleeping in the home, keeps things a little bit quieter. You can drop it pretty low so you can get under furniture and cabinets. But you'll notice on the front, as I push it up, the scraper lifts up, and then when I pull it back, the scraper drops down, so it makes sure it picks up any streaks, doesn't leave any water, it kind of scrapes that water back in. So the next one we're taking a look at is the Floor 1 Station S9 Artist, and it's kind of in the name there. What you've got here is the station. It's a 5-liter station. This can go for 7 days without needing a refill. So when you put the vacuum back on here, there's an automated cleaning cycle that starts. And of course, in addition to the station that you have here, you've got a 90-minute runtime because this is a little bit of a beefier boy, but it does a lot of the same things. I mean, if you want to see the numbers, I highly recommend you check out the link in the description, but all of them are around 22,000, 23,000, 24,000 Pascal of suction power. The differences that you see in each of these vacuums in the booth as we continue is just going to be some of these auxiliary functions. So if you are someone who doesn't want to have to frequently refill the vacuum's water, this one is the perfect model for you. So the next one we're going to take a look at is the Floor 1 S9 Master. And as you can see here, Master the Clean, Precise, and Ultimate. And what that means is this is going to do a very precise job of cleaning. It's got a triple edge brush that does a really great job of getting into a lot of different corners. Just as we saw with a lot of the other vacuums, you can cycle through the different modes. You've got a heat mode, so it can push out a little bit more heat to really help pull things up off the floor. That's why I would say this is one of the ultimate cleaning vacuums that they offer. There are no streaks left behind, and the floor looks pristine when it is finished. So the Floor 1 S9 Master is just one of the best overall vacuums you're gonna find. So now we're gonna see a little bit of the diversity that I hinted at earlier with the Floor 1 i7 Fold. And as the motto says here, one fold, more freedom. We're gonna get to that in a second, but the first thing you'll notice is, especially compared to the S9 Master, it's just a little bit thinner and lighter, and it does make a difference when you pick it up. But what's really cool about this one is this trigger on the back. And so we've got a cabinet that's really tough to get under here. You can pull this trigger and it triggers a bend in the stick of the vacuum here. And then this allows you to not have to bend down and bend lower. If you want to flatten out, you can simply just hold it that way. I'm standing just about straight up, and I can still get completely under this cabinet nice and easy. So the last one we're going to look at is the Floor 1 S6 Stretch Steam, and it is a bit unique, just like the last one that we saw, because this one uses steam instead of water. You still got this reservoir, but where the others had a trigger to push out water to help pull things up off the floor, this one, while it does stretch and get low, you can see it uses steam instead of squirting water out. This is going to be ultra hot, which is why you need a little bit of the extra power from this cord. But think dried spills, stains, dried soda, anything like that that's on the floor. This is going to do an excellent job powering that right out and getting it clean. It's super hot, so beware of that, but the Floor 1 S6 Stretch Steam does a really great job of just going the extra mile, using the extra bit of power that you get plugged into the wall and making sure your floors are really, really clean and thoroughly clean at that. So like I said earlier, I think what Tineco's done really well here is create clear, distinct differences between each of these lines of vacuums that cover any need you're gonna have in terms of different budgets or different surface areas within your home, different needs for cleaning, different types of things that you may need to clean. And that's really special because it's something that I think everyone could use. And when you pick up one of these things, there really is a bit of a joy factor. Even if you're not someone who enjoys cleaning, it's a nice experience. It feels like an elevated experience to use these vacuums. So if you want to learn more about the specifics of each of these models and dive a little bit more into the statistics and the numbers and how specifically some of this technology works, you should really check out the link in the description. Thanks again for joining us, and stick with Digital Trends for your CES 2026 coverage of unique products just like this.